1, 2, 3.
Face of happiness.
Cha cha.
Okay, so we just came up with our name. Dee came up with it. You want to tell them?
It's called the Travel Trio Channel.
All right, so we are the Traveling Trio. We're just the Traveling Trio.
Okay.
All right, so Corbin's going to read the questions. Dee and I are going to do the answers. Corbin, what's the first one?
The first question is from Jessica. Different flight sites and accommodations.
Okay. I like to use Skyscanner, Google Flights, and then I cross-reference them with the Hopper app that can send you alerts, so can Google Flights, with the budget airlines to find the best flight time and price for us. For accommodations, I use hotels.com, Expedia, Priceline, Booking.com, and quite a few Airbnbs. Since there are 3 people traveling, we like to have a kitchen when we can, some space, and if at all possible, own bedrooms. Doesn't always work out, but I like Airbnb. All right, next one.
The next question is from Corey. What to bring on international flights in a carry-on?
Dee,
I
that's you.
have it. Okay. In this bag and on this bag are some things that I recommend you should bring on a train or plane. First, we have a headrest. Next, you can also bring some sleeping masks, a journal if you want to, some slippers.
Slippers or socks. We wear our boots onto the plane because they take up space and luggage. So we always like to take them off. We usually are going to sleep. So it's nice to have fresh socks or slippers. That way you're not the one with stinky feet.
You can also bring a device.
All right, so we use Kindles. Super easy. Comes with Amazon Prime already installed. We preload videos and TV shows. You can get over 10 hours. If you do it at the lower resolutions, still looks fine. We also use Audible on our phones and are able to listen to audiobooks. Oh, I forgot to put them in the bag, but headphones. Take some good headphones.
Wireless if you can, because without the hassle of cords, it's easier to unpack and pack.
There you go.
Drawing stuff to keep you company or distracted, which I do drawing all the time.
Yep, he draws all the time. A universal adapter. This has Europe, UK, Australia, and the US. Little prongs pop out, retract, and you just change it. Has 4 USB ports and one just to plug the laptop into.
This is a power bank. You can charge this power bank to charge other devices if they need charged.
It's a battery that you charge to charge other devices' batteries.
We found it useful, especially with iPhones when they die in the cold. If we can put them in our jacket, attached to the power bank, then it'll recharge and we always have a phone.
Water bottles. Just in case if you're on a train or plane and the prices are too expensive for the food and water, you should bring some of your own snacks and beverages.
We travel budget airlines. They're not going to give you anything but a seat. So always take your headrest, your blanket, your entertainment, your own food, and the water bottle. If you just fill it up in the airport before you go, you're set.
Earplugs, but not just normal earplugs. They block out the high altitudes in the skies if you're on a plane.
Dee Dee gets earaches going up and coming down, so she always uses the earplugs, and she also takes something to chew, like gum or candy, and that allows her ears to decompress faster.
Last time I was on an airplane, that earache was very bad.
Yeah. All right, next
The
question.
next question is from Carly. How far out planning process begins? Schedule a lot or just discover as you go? What did you find the hardest thing to book or plan? Favorite resources using to plan trips, particularly Europe?
The hardest thing to plan, and that's only because I started booking stuff out way ahead of time, was the Thalys train from Paris to Amsterdam. They didn't release their train dates or schedules till something like 60, 90 days out. So that was kind of annoying, not knowing what the price would be. It wasn't expensive at all, but that was the only thing. I like a site called Rome to Rio. You can put your destination in from where you're leaving and add destinations, and it will tell you what modes of transportation you can use to get there and a general idea of pricing for those modes of transportation. How far you book out is a personal choice. I like to book out more in advance just because it gives me more time to plan. It doesn't always give you the best prices, but that's how I like to do it.
The next question is from Athena. What steps do you take to ensure that your business is taken care of and everything at home is okay?
You specifically asked about our pets. The horses are boarded. I have a wonderful dog walker that comes and takes the puppy out, and she sort of keeps an eye on Connor too. She's great. Matt will be taking Harry to puppy daycare once a week just so he can burn some energy. The horses are all taken care of by the people I paid to take care of them. What else was that? Oh, business. Business goes with me. I have my laptop. I have my phone. I don't obviously book anything when I'll be away, but I can still talk to people. I can answer their emails. I notify everybody in advance when I'm going to be away, and I set an alert on my email so that if they send an email, they get a response that tells them why there's going to be a delay in an answer.
The next question is from Tasha. Information on budgeting for trips and how early to start planning. Do you find cheap, safe places to stay?
I'm not a person who feels unsafe. Finding safe places is pretty easy for me. I mean, you avoid the bad neighborhoods, I guess, but we've never felt unsafe wherever we've gone. When it comes to budgeting, I plan way out. Like I've already started planning for middle to end of 2020 and putting money in that direction. Doesn't mean I'm booking anything, but I am saving. So I make a separate bank account and I put money in that account. I also spread out what I pay for. So every time I have a paycheck or every 2 weeks or something, I'll book something. It can be a bus, which can cost you around $50. It can be a really big expense, which would be airline tickets or accommodation. I spread it out so it's not this giant chunk at one time. Daily budget, I don't really do that just because I know we're not going to spend a lot eating and doing things. But know where you're traveling, especially if you're traveling with kids and you want to do museums and stuff, there's usually an option. Kids usually get in free or reduced cost, always ask. And you can buy a pass to get into a ton of museums, so just look for those things. All right, next one.
The next question is from Dina. Sorry, Dina. Budget breakdown.
Okay, so you asked for one at the end of the trip and how it works out, so I can do that. But for now, the plane tickets round trip from South Carolina to New York are $520. You have to remember that's for 3 people. So going up and coming down, that's round trip. Going to Paris from New York round trip was $1,035 for all 3 of us. Then we're taking a train from Paris to Amsterdam, which is $133. And then car rental, we're renting a car for a week to travel to 3 countries. That was $222. I have a specific credit card that has primary insurance on it, so I don't pay for additional insurance. Let's see. Amsterdam to Prague is on EasyJet, and that was $133 for all 3 of us. We're taking a bus from Prague to Vienna, which is $42. Vienna to Budapest, again, the bus is $15, and then the plane back to Paris from Budapest is $122. Our accommodations in total, my goal was $2,000, and we're paying $1,790 for the whole time. All right.
This is from our Grammy. Why are you not going to England?
Okay, so the original trip started in the UK. It was supposed to be England and Scotland, and we were just going to go to Paris for a couple days so Dee could see the Eiffel Tower. Then as we started to plan and talk about things we wanted to do, we were spending more and more time and having to take more and more time from the England-Scotland trip. So we just decided to make this trip, and then we will do England and Scotland another time. All right, and then a few extra things that I wanted to just mention is to apply for credit cards get max the bonus, and then you can just use them to rack up points. Understand how your points work, so that you are using them in the correct direction. I have a card that gives me 3 points for gas and eating out and travel, but it only gives me 1 if I use it at a grocery store. So obviously I wouldn't use it there. I'd use it in other places. That's the card that also gives me car rental insurance, and it's primary. You have to remember that your car needs to list it as primary. Take printouts of everything, your travel insurance, who the beneficiary is. I get a letter for the kids. Matt goes and gets it every time we leave the country. That gives me permission to take them out of the country without him with us. A lot of the budget airlines don't necessarily say it really obviously, but you have to have a printout of your ticket. Just print it out. If you don't need it, that's fine. But if you get there, they'll charge you something like $35 to print it out for you. And then Google Maps. Use Google Maps. It's wonderful for walking and getting around. It helps with train systems. You can download it. So if you're going to be in an area in your hotel, you're connected to Wi-Fi, download the Google Maps for where you need it. Even if you're driving, when Dee Dee and I drove around Scotland and Ireland, we would download the portion of the map that we needed, and then at our destination, we would download the rest of what we needed. So yeah, I think that's it for now. Next video will be a lot more fun.